Today, our fight for survival begins.
Hello there, Sir from 17 once again. This is my Extinction, Master Sentinel video walkthrough. This is Mission 24, Ties That Bind, and we have to rescue civilians while breaking armor and doing various other things. So, at the beginning here you're going to be faced with a couple of the elite Jackals, and there's going to be some refugees cowering in the face of... not the most threatening of threats, is it really? I find it interesting that we need Sentinels to fight back against anything but the giant things. The little dudes don't really do much. They just kind of stand around being aggressive, and then the people just cower. It's one of those interesting things of maybe if you just resisted a little bit, they wouldn't have such an easy way with you, right? But of course, it's easy to say that because we have a giant sword. But let's extract them, and then we can push forward. And wow, look how many people are on this one. This is definitely going to have an elite Jackal. There's no way it doesn't, right? So there's a green guy. There is a vulture. And there should be one other one on the other side who is a green guy as well. There he is. And then we're going to get a massive extraction here. How many people is this? A lot of points, I know that much. Boom. So I think it's 40 SP for every human that you save, which is quite nice. And then we've got a... oh, interesting, what was that? Oh wow, he traded with me? What a beast. And now he's dead. Bye. There's a wall run that didn't screw me. That was kind of cool. Now we can move over here, get the next person. 99% extinction rating. I'm looking for vultures that aren't there for some reason. Just one over there. Can't quite get the same range. There we go. Cut him out of the sky and then kill his friend. And then the final Jackal's just there. And then we can hit this crystal as well. Look how many people are around these crystals. This is much more like it. So, after you've got the 20 people, as an elite Jackal turns up, and here we go. Our very first Thorn Titan. So the Thorn armor looks quite intimidating and quite interesting, but it's actually no real different than the padlock or the gold in a lot of ways. You have to hit a spot 3 times. It's a specific spot, but aiming for it is not particularly difficult because the tool that you use is so very powerful. So you have to break the ward that's on the wood, and then you have to break the wood. And I think it takes two hits. It might take 3 hits. I think it's 2 hits, but when your sword is all powered up, it goes down in 1. So I think it takes 2. So Thorn guys are not a big deal really, it's just you can only hit a certain part of the bracelet, but once you understand where the weak point is, it's one of the safer places to hit it anyway, so it's not a big issue. Okay, so there goes the leg armor, there goes the palm strike, there's me nearly stepping in some thorns, and then I can slash the gauntlet and then hopefully take away his arm. But I don't really need to, so I'm just going to climb him it seems. And with the shoulders, to get rid of these, you have to hit the front of them, which is not too difficult to do. Just be careful right now. Moments like this are where this game is at its most dangerous with the Thorn Reveni, because if you get put in no man's land after you do a rune move, you can land on the thorns and it can damage you and you can die. So hopefully you can avoid those pitfalls, but for the most you should be okay. So it's 2 strikes on his neck bracelet, I think, but I can't get to it because I just got knocked off, which is weird. Here we go. Oh no, it was only 1 strike. Obviously my sword is powered up. This is me trying to show you that you can attack the pauldrons, but the game won't let me do it, so I boosted away. I think I have to break armor as one of the missions, yeah. That's the reason why I was doing that if you're wondering, guys. I went for the shoulders gave me nothing, so I came back down here and I attacked the arm instead. But another quick, swift climb as he starts standing back up, and I should be able to... hit the front. There you go. That's where you need to hit to sever the pauldrons, and then I can proceed to get rid of this fella, right? I think. So let me double check. Yeah. All we need to do now is to save civilians. So go save the civilians, and then we can come back and kill this guy. It's one of those things where if you don't keep an eye on the objectives, you can end up getting bitten, because you'll end the mission when he dies, and you don't get a chance to then go and save the people. And of course, I go to the one area where they don't populate any refugees, so I have to go all the way back to where we came from, and then climb over the castle wall, and then go back into the city, which It's kind of typical. But once again, if the map had some kind of signifier telling me where people fucking are before I get to them, that would be really good, right? But instead, you've got the worst minimap ever conceived in a video game. You have to be 5 yards from the fucking objective for it to show up on the map. Who does that? It's so stupid. But what can you do? It's in the game. You've got to put up with it. And this is an upgraded map as well. You know, not to rub salt in the wound. This is when you have it fully upgraded and it's still a shower of shit. Anyhow, what's left? We have to get some more people. Okay, there's another wall run. Wanted that. Great job, game. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Right, see if we can bounce on top of the roof and get into this thorny looking prison. Here we go. Who's going to turn up? Anybody? Yes. Couple of the normal jackals. Nobody that we can't take care of, though. It's just so interesting, isn't it, how basic the game is. It's such a simple concept. And don't get me wrong, there's been some fantastic games that have simple concepts, but they're usually concepts that have a lot of depth and a lot of replay value. You know, when you talk about Tetris being simple, it is simple, but that doesn't mean that there is an incredible amount of mastery that can go into it, whereas I feel like Extinction has a level of mastery, it's just not very high. And who knows, maybe they're going to support this game in the future and add a bunch of stuff to it, because let's face it, video games in today's climate generally involve not being the proper game they're supposed to be until a year and a half after they were launched, which is ridiculous and stupid and shouldn't exist in my opinion, but almost every game that comes out this day is working like that. Give it 6 to 8 months and it's a vastly different game than the one you bought, which is really bizarre and strange to me. But there you go guys, there's all the medals. Thank you for watching, and you take care now.